Hello, my friends. I am Dr. Bree, and I have a really beautiful bedtime routine for you today. This is wonderful for pelvic tension, which so many people have. If you have pelvic pain, you more than likely have excessive tension in your pelvic floor. And even if you have prolapse or bladder leakage, you might carry a lot of tension in your pelvic floor as well because you're trying to kind of keep everything in all day. That might be your body's natural response. So if that's the case, if you have pelvic tension that's too much, we need to learn how to let it go throughout the day, and before bed is a great time too, so that we can get a really good night of sleep. Furthermore, if you're simply a person who has stress in your life, and who doesn't, then you probably carry a lot of tension in your pelvic floor as well, simply because people tend to carry our tension in the shoulders and in the pelvis. So let's get right to a stretching routine that's great before bed so you can get a really good night's sleep. You can even do this routine in bed. All you need are 2 pillows. So we're going to begin with a neck and shoulder stretch. Bring your right arm out to the side, really stretch it out to the side. And by the way, make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Before we do the neck and shoulder stretch, I'm actually going to have you back up and make sure that you're sitting really tall on your sitting bones. So I like to actually take my hands and grasp my sitting bones and kind of scoot everything back and apart. That helps to begin stretching and releasing our pelvic floor, and also makes sure that we're really grounded and stable in our position. Spine really long and tall. And now let's bring that right arm out to the side, fingers outstretched, and left ear to left shoulder. So it's a straight side bend of the head. The fingertips can touch the ground if you're on your yoga mat or your bed if you're in bed. Either one is fine. Just make sure that your head is side bending directly to the side and you're not accidentally pulling it forward like this. Straight side bend. Breathe deeply and relax. One more deep breath. And exhale. Now use your hand to gently, slowly guide your head up. We never want to rush anything. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Left arm out to the side, really stretch those fingers, right ear to right shoulder, and side bend. Fingertips can touch the ground or the bed. Your head is going straight to the right. Try to make sure that it's not pulled forward. You want to be straight to the right, ear to shoulder. One more deep breath. And then guide your head up. Our next move is going to require the pillows, so grab them now. And as I was saying, when we carry tension in our pelvis, it's actually quite common to carry it in the shoulders and the neck and the back as well. So this next stretch is really going to stretch out the whole back side of the body and the back of the neck. So sit up really tall and again, guide your sitting bones back and even apart to really stretch and release the pelvic floor. Now, both pillows are stacked. Sit up nice and tall. This in itself might be enough of a stretch. You might feel it in your hamstrings. If that's okay, you can just stay like this. But if you can handle a little bit more, and if this doesn't hurt your back or your neck, then I want you to round forward. This is called caterpillar pose. You're simply going to round your upper back and bring your head toward your hands. So I'm just going to show you, follow along. You want to inhale and then exhale as you roll forward and head lands on the arms. Breathe really deeply. If you find that you need an extra pillow, go ahead and grab one so that the height is just right for you. Breathe really deeply and melt into this stretch. Bend your knees a little bit if that makes everything feel better. And you really want to feel the stretch focused on the back of your neck and in your upper back as well. Keep breathing and melting into the pose. And now very carefully roll yourself up. Your head comes up last. And release. So again, that was more of a back of the neck and upper back stretch. Now we're gonna do a hamstring stretch. So right foot comes into the left inner thigh. Inhale. Twist yourself, sit up nice and tall, twist yourself so you're directly over that straight leg. Inhale again, and then as you exhale, this time hinge forward from your hips. Try not to round your back. I want you to actually hinge. Straight spine, and you can even use your hand and grab your left sitting bone and pull it back just a little bit. Make sure your spine is really long. No rounding, just hinging. And stay here for another breath. Now, if your back is okay, I want you to now let yourself round forward. So let yourself fall all the way forward on an exhale. So inhale again, and then exhale all the way down. If you need pillows to put under your head for support, you can. Just relax. Forward folds like this are super calming for your nervous system and are going to help you have a great night's sleep. One more deep breath. And now very carefully use your hands to help yourself up. And we're gonna do the same figure 4 stretch on the other side. So carefully bring your legs up. Go slow, go slow. And now my left foot is to my right inner thigh. Turn my body so I'm straight over that front leg. It's a gentle twist. Sit up really tall, inhale. And then on the exhale, we're hinging forward at the hip. Really feeling that hinge right here. Maybe even use the hand and bring that sitting bone back to really increase the stretch in the pelvic floor and improve your alignment. Keep that hinge and feel the stretch along the back of the leg. If that all feels really, really good, then go ahead and inhale again. And this time, exhale, let your back round and fold all the way forward on an exhale. Breathing deeply. Just melt into the stretch. One more deep breath. Now carefully use your arms to help yourself up. Slowly, slowly. Nice. Now bring your feet together and come into a really wide leg butterfly stretch. So your legs don't need to be all the way back here. Go ahead and have them well forward. That's just fine. And start with your fingertips behind you and really straighten yourself up. So rock a little bit. Rocking is really soothing to the nervous system as well, very calming. Nice slow rocks. And then bring your hands so that they're on your shins and still sit up really tall. Really, really press your chest forward as you're pulling on your shins very gently. And just let yourself rock from side to side, eyes closed. Breathing deeply. And one more deep breath in and out. Now sit up tall and carefully come on down through your side. We're going to come onto our back and move into a frog stretch. So bring your hands through your legs and hold on to the outsides of your ankles or the outsides of your shins. If this is too much, like this, you can also hold on to your legs in this fashion, which can be a little bit easier, but just see what works best for you. I want you to feel an opening in your hips and in your pelvic floor. And again, just let yourself rock side to side a little bit if that feels good. Really gentle rocks, breathing deeply. Call this frog stretch, and it's so relaxing for your pelvic floor and your inner thighs. Again, your hands can be a little bit higher up if that's easier, or even on the outside of your legs. Now release one foot to the ground. I'll bring my left foot to the ground. And hold on to your right leg. You're going to scoop your hand underneath your calf and then your other hand too. So it's like you're cradling this right leg with your hands. Use your arms to rock that leg side to side. And your left leg can be bent like I'm showing, or it can be straight, but straight is a little bit harder. It's a little bit more of a stretch. So I'm just going to leave mine up for now. Cradling the baby, bringing that shin as close to your chest as you can, but still keeping it comfortable. This is a great hip stretch. All of the hip muscles are very closely connected to the pelvic floor, so as much as we can release the hips, it's actually going to help the pelvic floor too. If you prefer to cradle the baby this way, wrapping all the way around, you can. Just make sure that that foot stays flexed and that you're not overdoing it. One more little gentle rock side to side. And then put the leg down carefully, guided with your arms. Careful, careful, careful. And switch sides. So same exact thing. You're going to scoop your arms under your left shin now, your left calves and shins, scooping your arms under and cradle the baby. Just rock side to side. Again, if you straightened your leg on the other side, then do so on this side as well. But that's a lot. And we don't need to push ourselves right now. Just do what feels easy and relaxing. Still rocking side to side. If you did on the other side and you want to do that more intensive cradle the baby, you can. Just make sure your foot stays flexed to protect your knee. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay looped under the shin and the calf. And put the leg down very slowly, very gently. Guide the leg down. Just a couple of quick little shake outs of the leg. And now you're going to bring both legs up into happy baby. So for happy baby pose, You want to bring one leg up and then come to the outside. It's a lot like frog, what we just did, but instead our feet are now going to be up toward the ceiling. So both legs up toward the ceiling. You can think of pulling the knees down toward the floor. And again, see if you can rock side to side. In this position, try not to let your tailbone curl up like this. You want to think about flattening your tailbone down toward the floor and then rocking. It's an excellent pelvic floor stretch. One more little rock side to side. And now very carefully release back into our frog pose just for a moment. Then feet on the ground and let them wiggle again, just very gently back and forth. No effort at all. And now straighten one leg at a time down onto the bed or the yoga mat, wherever you are. Bring both of your feet to the right, all the way to the right of your bed. Keep your hips stable on the ground or the bed, and walk your upper body, your shoulders, over to the right as well. Bring your hands behind your head like a little pillow, and just stay right here feeling that full side hip and side body stretch. We just stretched out the inner hip and inner thigh area a lot, so now let's stretch out the outer. It all contributes to our pelvic health. So just make sure that you're not tipped up off the bed. You want to be flat on the ground in a banana shape or like a half moon. Breathe really deeply, and if you want more, you can cross your left leg up and over your right. One more deep breath. And then if your leg was crossed, uncross it and walk your legs a little bit, and then your upper body a little bit, and then your legs a little bit, and your upper body a little bit. And find yourself in one straight line again. I like to bring my legs up so my feet are under my knees and just take a quick little bridge to recenter myself. Super slow and easy, nothing hard. Maybe one more, just a quick little bridge to make sure I'm centered. And then straighten the legs again and go to the other side. So now my legs go to the left and then upper body goes to the left. Keep everything flat on the yoga mat or on your bed, wherever you are. Your body's in a banana shape or a half moon, however you want to think of it. Keep everything really, really flat. Try not to tip. We want to be flat. If you did on the other side, cross your right leg over your left and breathe deeply into your side waist. Breathe into those side hip muscles. Our body works so hard for us all day long. Give it some love as you wind down for the day. One more deep breath. Uncross your legs. Walk your feet just a little bit to the middle, and then your upper body a little to the middle, and then your feet, and then your upper body. And bring your feet back up very slowly. Lift your hips, super slow and easy, just a tiny little bridge to make sure you're centered. And one more tiny little bridge to make sure you're centered. Let your knees flop apart. Breathe down into the pelvic floor. Feel as if you're totally releasing, melting like butter, those pelvic floor muscles. Deep belly breaths. And now straighten one leg at a time, and then the other. And let your legs be apart, feet flopped out to the side, and hands at your side. And just melt your body down into the floor, breathing deeply down into your pelvis, into your belly. And let yourself drift off into our final resting pose. I hope you've enjoyed this bedtime practice. I'll leave you here. Please check the notes for additional resources. And until next time, remember, eat clean, move every day, and you will shine brighter. I'll see you next time. Good night.